video working?
Okay, continue.
Hi guys, my name is Sarah Allie and welcome to my channel. Well, just wanted to let you know that I live in Canada and it's really cold and I got sick again. Okay, this usually doesn't happen. I usually have a better immune system, but lately it's been lacking, so don't judge me if my voice randomly cracks.
Exactly.
Today, I'm going to be making another Random Monday video, and you're gonna see the 7 things I hate about you. That sounded so ugly. Let me try that again. 7 things I hate. No, never mind. Forget it. The 7 things that only bookworms will understand. I don't know why I did this. Like, okay, let's just put the title here. Let's try again. The 7 things that only bookworms will understand. Number 1, control freak. So, control freak. I personally, I don't know, I'm pretty sure other bookworms are like this as well. But personally, I am very, 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 very picky when it comes to the state that my books are in. I like them to be perfect, and I don't like them to be wrinkled or like bent, or like the book jackets. I don't like them to be like folded or anything like that. I like them to be perfectly straight. I bought these new covers, and I'll probably be making a video about this soon, just saying, because I know that a lot of people have been making them. And I kind of had like a mental breakdown when I saw these covers, but anyways, so these Infernal Devices covers are like freaking bent all the way backwards, but I didn't even read them yet. Like, I read them already, but not these copies, so like that really bothers me. Number 2, weird book quirks. This is kind of weird, especially to my non-bookworm friends. Like, whenever I go to the mall with them, I always go to Chapters. Like, that's where we meet up, and that's where, like, we spend, like, a good half hour at least there, just, like, going through the books. And the first thing that I kind of do when I see a book that I like is, okay, I read it, like the summary or whatever. And then, if I really like it, I'd start to smell it. And I start, like, bending the spine because I think that sounds really, really cool. This can be my thumbnail. Okay, here, let me pause. Screenshot here. You were taking a picture?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I have those weird book quirks. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I also like to take the book jacket off hardcovers before I read them. I don't know if other people do that, or if it's just me. Yeah, that's pretty much all the book quirks that I have, but they're kind of weird, so I thought that they were significant enough to put them in the video. Let me know if you have any weird book quirks, because I'll definitely pick up on those if there are any ones I haven't done. Number 3! Spoilers! Spoilers! I hate spoilers. I cannot tell you how much I detest when someone spoils a book for me, that I was like almost about to get to that point, or even if it's just a book or like a show or a series or anything. I hate it when people spoil things for me. Like, I legitimately get mad at people if they spoil something for me, because I don't know, I just find that it takes all the fun and all of the suspense and all of the feelings out of reading it or like finding out yourself, because now someone else told you, so now you're kind of just let down and you're like, oh, thanks for ruining my life. But, you know, so that's like my personal opinion on spoiling. I know some people don't really care. They're like, okay, whatever, just tell me, I don't care, I want to know. But I like to figure it out on my own. Someone that kind of influenced me on spoiling things was my sister, because she's like super intense with like, do not spoil or whatever. So she kind of like rubbed off on me in that way too. But I already like hated spoilers too, but now I'm kind of like spreading the word. Point 4, the perfect spot. Now, for me, and I know for a fact that a lot of other people who read have the same issue, but, well, it's not really issue, but it's kind of like the same situation. You can literally read anywhere. Anywhere. Like, you can be, like, on freaking Mount Everest and be like, no, I have to finish this book. Or you can be like hanging like upside down from a chandelier. Honestly. I can actually get that high now because my voice cracks. So I can read anywhere. I can be like hanging upside down from my bed. I can be like, I have to move though. Like I have like this kind of like a cycle where I spend like, I don't know how many pages in one position and I'm like, maybe I should move, and then I'll like move again and then again and again and again.
And again.
Like literally any position is good enough as long as you can read. Oh, you know the position that bothers me the most though? So when you're like on your back and then you have your like book right there and then it falls on your face and you feel like the world's biggest loser. Like not even the show. The show has nothing on what you feel when a book falls on your face.
That happened to me with the phone.
Yeah, that happens with phones too. It happens with books, but it hurts more unless you have the 6+, in which case a lot. Blurred lines is number 5. Not the song, but the literal blurred line between the fictional world and reality. That happens to me a lot. The biggest reoccurring thing that happens to me is when I'm reading something and if it's like really intense or if I'm like really empathizing with the characters at that moment, I'll be in a really bad mood or a good mood depending on what's happening. Let's say like 2 characters are like being bitches to each other and I like one character over the other, then I'll be mad because of what's happening and that will reflect in my mood in the real world. So if someone tries to talk to me, I'll be like, what? Whoa, why did I say it like that? Yeah. I'll be like, what? What do you want? Did Mommy say something?
No, your voice cracked. Wow.
I sound like a prepubescent child.
Okay.
Puberty be like for guys. I'm queen, by the way. I swear. If you didn't notice, this is my costume for this week. Okay, anyways, moving on. So that will really reflect, and you can ask anyone, like especially if you live with me, like you'll notice that I get really pissed off. I make a lot of noise when I read. Like if I'm really excited, I'll start squealing, but I can't squeal right now because I'll sound like, I don't know what I'll sound like. I don't want to find out what I'll sound like because of my voice right now. So I'm not going to squeal, but I'm a very loud reader. I start to like squeal and like yell and like throw things, not the book because that I need to keep reading that, but I'll start throwing like pillows and like yelling at things and like especially if I'm texting someone while I'm reading, like I don't really reply that quickly, but if something important happens, I'll be like, oh my god, guess what just happened, and they don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but they let me say it anyways just so I can get it out of my system, and I'll be like, wait, I don't understand. Number 6, the post-book depression. This is huge, especially in my household. Every time a book is finished, everyone acknowledges the fact that that person will be depressed for at least a week after that book is done. Like, I will be just sad, even though it had a happy ending. Like, who cares? Like, Anne and the French Kiss freaking had the happiest ending ever, and I was like, I hate my life. So the post-book depression, if you have not experienced post-book depression, I don't know how you have been reading or what you have been reading, but I want to join you because that's kind of like the worst part of reading. The worst part of reading. 7. Hey guys, I need to tell you something really important, okay? Life stops when you're reading. Like, if you talk to me while I'm reading, I will have the most stupidest conversation with you because I actually, literally, do not give a shit about what you're saying because I'm reading. I don't care about anything other than what I'm reading. Like, the real world has gone, like I said with the blurred lines. Now, no, the line has not blurred. There's only one line, and that's the fiction world when I'm reading. Like, you guys, like, okay, maybe you do understand because people who are watching this are probably book readers, but for those of you who are not, you do not understand how intense that is. Like, when you are reading, you can literally spend the entire day reading and you'll be like, wait, what? I just woke up. Where did the day go? And then you just realize that you've read like over like 500 pages in one day, and you're like, do I have a life? No, you do not have a life when you're reading. That's like, especially when you're reading a series that you haven't finished yet. For example, let's say you have like the first book and then it ends on like a cliffhanger, but you don't have the second book. That's literally a crisis. Like, some people, I know, like my sister, for example, she doesn't like to finish the book if she doesn't have the second book, but I'm not like that because I have to finish it, but I have to have the second one. So, I think I mentioned this in another video, but when I finished To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and I didn't have P.S. I Still Love You, I went and I got it like a couple hours after I finished that book. Like, I literally have no life. And like, all my friends ask me, they're like, how the hell do you manage to read so much, like, in such little time? Like, I literally finished a book in a day. And they were like, what do you do? And I read. Like, reading is a whole other life. It's okay, call me Hannah Montana, because I have 2 lives. I have multiple lives.
Oh my god, you talk about Hannah Montana.
I was a Hannah Montana child. Okay, so I kind of just confessed to you guys that I don't have a life, but I have multiple lives, so. That was 7 things that only bookworms will understand. Hashtag relatable. So, sorry about not posting this weekend, but I was, like I said, life stops when you're reading, and I was reading all weekend, like 48 hours straight I was reading. So I didn't really have enough time to like put together a really deep book talk video for you guys. But hopefully that will be coming up soon. As soon as my sister finishes Fangirl, I'm totally reviewing that because I finished it and I love it and it's really, really good. But yeah, so I'm currently working my way through my October TBR list, and that's all I have to update you guys with right now. So thank you for watching. Bye. I haven't really talked to anyone else about this, like, except for my sister, but that doesn't count because we're like the same person, but
Okay, well, that's weird.
we're actually Siamese twins. If you didn't notice, I'm filming myself right now. That joke is so bad. Okay.